We are on episode 19 of this Create mod series, and even though I just did, I'm not sure we can call this a Create mod series. We're missing a very, very vital, important thing that every single other Create mod content creator, tongue twister, has. Look at our beautiful contraptions. Look at this. Okay, that's our cows. Look at this one. Look at this one. I mean, what are we missing? I'll give you the answer. The answer is trains. All aboard! Okay, so the plan is we have 3 destinations that we want the train to go to. First one is spawn, which I've marked as 00, but we actually haven't gone back to yet. We have the end fortress hole here, but actually I think we'll just go to this town. And then we have our home station. So I'm thinking we can kind of have our station like along here, and then our track will go over here, and then it will also go up and out and go over here in this direction. So we're going to need a lot of rail. And so I'm going to employ our amazing factory that we built last episode and get some tracks starting to be built while we figure everything else out. Okay, so after some deliberation, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to use the Mega Crafter. First of all, the tracks take 3 steps in order to make them, and I've only programmed this to be able to handle 2, which we could still manage, but it'd be a lot of manual work. Also, the partially assembled tracks are not stackable, which doesn't go very well in large quantities with this small chest. So what we've decided to do is just go with, I modified this deployer setup here a little bit, threw in the mechanical press from here. And this is completely automatic, and the very end product is stackable. So basically we just have to keep this hopper and this hopper full, and it works just fine. It's a little slower, but it's worth the avoidance of that hassle. So we're just going to keep these full, and for basically this first part of the episode, it's going to be constantly running, and we'll just move on to the next thing. Here is a small sample of our track and how it's going to look like. And something else that we're going to need is some kind of block to fill in the gaps here underneath the track. And I think gravel looks really good. So you can see I've kind of started to collect it from our gold farm. And we're going to need enough to kind of fill in any like dips and spots that the track will go over on its way all the way to both spots. So like, especially when it goes over the water, like here, you know, we don't really want floating track. You know, if it looks like this, it's not really realistic. So we're going to go ahead and use gravel to kind of fill in underneath. And there's ways that we can do that automatically. So another thing in addition to that, I feel like our inventories are going to be really full, carrying a bunch of gravel and a bunch of track as we're building everything. And also in addition to our backpacks are also going to be full. So what I've done is I've built this stack upgrade, which has been a long time coming. I upgraded my backpack to a gold backpack, and I made a stack upgrade, which basically will allow us to stack things like this. They're all stacked in a much higher quantity in each stack. So that'll help save us a lot of space when we're carrying a lot of the same item, especially gravel and track. So that's just going to benefit our inventory management a little bit. All right, so my wife is down there AFKing the train track farm, but she's actually sitting next to me in real life. So we're going to kind of work out where we want the track, like the path that we want the track to take. And we're just going to do that by kind of flying along. And then I have a button here I can hit, boink, and it makes a little waypoint. And that's going to be pretty easy to follow when we actually place the track down. So, babe, I think we want to go like this. The station is going to be kind of where that mark I put down is. And then we probably want to take the path of least resistance. Like grand scheme of things, though, it might be better to kind of go up and over like this area and go, well, wow, this is going to be actually a lot of gravel. We're going to be filling in so much land. So wait, maybe we should take that back. Do you want to go along like the river? Yeah, I kind of like this way better. We'll have to carve out a little bit of the mountainside, but there's a little bit more to grip. Oh, we could go inside the mountain here. Kind of have to excavate a little bit of this town. But honestly, we can go along this beach. And then station can kind of end up right there. So you see we kind of have a path along here. And I put waypoints where we, like key points where we want to hit some scenic areas. And then that waypoint is gonna be the station, and then over here we'll have a spot for the train to turn around. My game just crashed for some reason, and I lost all the waypoints. But I pretty much remember the route, so I'm gonna go ahead and map out the other one. And if it crashes again, then I'll just try to remember. But really, it's gonna be pretty simple as far as just taking the path of least resistance. Hey, I remember that hole. I died in that hole, like first episode, like first thing. Yeah, we stood on this ledge right here for the intro.
And I cut down a tree.
That's awesome. Actually, I don't want to go all the way up there. I don't want to ruin like this precious spawn blocks. I think I'm gonna get shot. Shoot. And we like had to fight a lot of mobs here. Oh, there's a creeper explosion. There's a llama. I think this is our waterfall. Yeah, there's our sugar cane that I forgot to grab. Ah, that was our first like night that we stayed. So many memories. I can't believe I remember it all. Oh, and look at that. There is Shrimp Rock and the little dirt pillar that we took the picture with. Holy moly. And what do you know? The game crashed right as I got home. Yeah, there's probably some rendering issues when I get to all this stuff that we built, but I remember where we went, so you'll see when I go. Whoa! Don't crash. All right, let's check on our track factory. All right, we're doing pretty good. Got a good amount of track. This would honestly might be enough to make the leg to this part. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually get started on that. So let's just say I have track here, and then we can kind of merge it back in on itself here. It just needs a little bit of turning room. I kind of placed underneath of all this, so I gotta clear some of this out. All right, there we go. Got it all nice and cleared out, and I think this section right here is where our station will be. We're only really going to plan on having one train, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about any signals or trains colliding or anything about that. So should be fairly simple. We'll just have a station at each location. All right, honestly, this is like kind of satisfying work. It's a little tedious as far as it's taking kind of a long time because you can only do like a certain amount of segment at a time. And I'm sure there's a way to do this like more automatically, but I don't want to because it's fun. And then like I kind of did cut through the mountain a little bit right here. Before we build our main train, we'll have a small train that will go through and like carve out the mountain where, you know, we need to have the train go through, because right now it's just a like 1x2. I basically curved it myself. All right, so as the sun comes up, I'm done with this train station. It has gone all the way from home to here. It looks pretty neat. I like it. There's not a ton of space for the train track here. I might move the station up a little bit but just so that it's on a flat stretch. But But yeah, this is a spot, and then the end is right over that hill, or the end portal. And so now we have connection to this metropolis of a city. All right, I'm going to head on back and take a little break to let the train track factory catch up. And then we will start on the track to spawn. Then when that's finished, then we'll go ahead and build the train to drill out the tunnels. And then we'll build the final train. Man, it's so nice to like lay rail on flat ground after doing it through all those mountains. All right, so here we are at spawn, and we have completed the rail all the way here. It is indeed quite beautiful. What am I saying? All right, here we are at spawn, and the railway is complete. Emma's working on a little bit of a primitive station here momentarily, and then we're going to go all the way back through all of the track and drill out the ugly bits and fill in the ugly bits, probably build some bridges. Just simple stuff, not too fancy, just to make it so it's not blocking all the water. But that's all the rail done. I am really happy with how it looks. It looks really cool. All right, so while Emma starts working on this station, I'm going to get started on building our drill train. I think we're just going to need just a 3x3 drill area, and then maybe a little bit on the outside just for show when we go through the tunnel. And since this is just a temporary build, we're going to employ some structural dirt here. And we got to put our controls down and our seat down like that. And we'll glue it all together in a minute. Gotta put all the drills on. Okay, so I think that is pretty much all we need for as drills go. And then a little bit more structural dirt right here. It's just some room for our chests. And then we glue it all together. Let's assemble it and call it Drill Bro. And let's test it out. We're going to find out the hard way if this don't work. Clearing out this area already. I don't know why. Those chests kind of look like kind of butt cheeks. Just a little bit. Clearing up some of this. Oh, that is not good. That is really, really, really not good. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Holy moly.
What'd you do?
We got to light this area up a little bit. I'm just gonna put a couple torches down. No biggie. Oh, die, seagull. Yeah! Roadkill! Oh no, I'm gonna take out some of the house. Shoot. Oh, I'm so sorry. Whoever's house that is. Oh, and your doorstep? No problem. Adios, amigo. Oh, actually, I don't want to hit the Iron Golem. Please move, sir. Honk, honk. Honk, honk. Honk. Ha! Dang, I am going to use trains a lot more next series. Like, this is actually really cool. I don't think we really have any more applications for them this series, but I want to use them a lot more later. All right, that's that whole track dug out and done and drilled. Looks like we got quite a bit of andesite, actually, and then just a bunch of other random stuff. Looks like we got a couple things from the village. Poor guys. But now, there's a big tunnel through this mountain over here on the way to spawn. So I'm going to empty these chests out so that we'll have room for that. And then I'm going to drill that way. All right, we're pulling into the station here. I don't want to break anything, so I'm going to stay a little bit back. When I was going around the mountain, like right along here, it was, especially on the turns, it wasn't really picking up a lot of the stuff that I would hope that it would. So what I'm going to do when I go back, I'm going to move some of the drills from the left side to the right side so that it's going to kind of carve a little bit more of the mountain out, make it look a little bit more realistic. as well as I might put some on the top. But then I'll have to take it out before I go through the tunnel. I'm also just kind of making this tunnel a little bit taller. Just 1 block taller, basically, is all that I've done for this part of the tunnel, just to make it a little bit more breathing room. All right, so for now, all of our drilling is done. Now I'd like to kind of build a little bit of structure for the bridges. That way our like fill gravel isn't going to be like blocking all the streams and stuff like that. So I'm just going to try to work out a shape, an archway of kind of what we want it to look like. All right, I think that looks fairly sturdy enough, and it's really simple, so it's not going to take too much stuff. Just need a lot of stone bricks, a few of these oak stairs, dark oak stairs, and then something cool I just found out was if you put slabs right here on the train tracks, it kind of turns it into this kind of a look instead of the ties, so it makes it look a lot more like a bridge. And so I'm sure, especially when the bridge curves and stuff like that, there's going to be a little bit of variations to how the bridges look. But in general, I just want them to look sturdy, and they don't really have to be super complex, at least for now, just because there's a lot to do this episode. So I'm going to show my wife how to do this so that it's we can kind of work on it together, and then we're just going to get it done. So I think that we got all of the bridges done. Oh, hello, rhinoceros. So I wanna show them all off to you real quick, just really fast. As you saw in the beginning, we got this one, 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 and this one. All right, so now that we have all of the bridges done, it's time to move on to the next stage of railroad construction. And as you can see, there are still a few spots where the gravel that we put underneath kind of just fell down. And there's all this space here that's just got floating track on it. So remember, this is Drill Bro. We got to take him apart. Goodbye, Drill Bro. Hello, Fill Bro. Basically, these rollers are just going to allow us to replace whatever's underneath the track, and we're going to replace it with gravel. So I'm going to go along all of the track, and it should work all right. The issue is there are some spots, like the bridges, that we don't want to turn into gravel. So I'm actually going to redisassemble this. There is this part called contraption controls. It's going to allow us to turn off these rollers whenever we go over the bridges and stuff like that. Just don't let me forget to do that, because that would kind of be a disaster. I hope that that is not foreshadowing. All right, so I've filled these chests up with gravel, and we should be good to go. I don't think there's anything else that we need. We just need to be careful. So I'm going to assemble Mr. Philbro here, and we're going to go fill in some gravel. Okay, so there's some of these spots I'm going to have to run over a couple times because the gravel's going to fall. And then I'll need to just back up and go over it again so that it can, see, like this. I just got to back up and do it again to fill everything up. Okay, so now that I've kind of reached this bridge, I'm going to turn off those, and hopefully nothing should happen. Yeah, okay, we're good. And then, oh, went too far. I'm going to back up a little bit. And now that we're here, I can turn them back on. Oh man, I just nicked a little bit of that. But that's okay, I'll just pretend like that was always gravel. And this is also going to kind of flatten everything out so that, you know, if I clipped some dirt or something like that when I was placing the rail, everything should look mostly normal. And there shouldn't be any more. Oh no, I forgot! Okay, didn't go too far. Yeah, get buried, skeletons. How does that feel? Uh-oh. Now you just glitched up on my head.
Emotional, damn it!
Okay, I really am bad at this. I keep forgetting. Okay, I gotta solve this. Because there's a flower here that is liking to break all of the gravel that falls down there. All right, we made it all the way around, looks like. Everything's looking really good. So we can kind of speed back, try to get there before it gets too dark. And maybe touch up some of the things that we missed. All right, we're back home. I'm going to refill with gravel and go on the other route real fast. Yeet. I found out that when gravel falls on the path block, it breaks, just like it would on a torch. So that's an interesting fact I bet you didn't know. All right, now we're on our way back. It's getting dark. Hey, we got a stowaway. All right, I'm home, but there's a lot of mobs, so I'm going to sleep real quick, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do next. All right, I just grabbed the entire remainder of our supply of gravel, and I'm going to put it in here. This might not be enough, but we'll see. So now what I'm going to do, disassemble, and I'm going to change these settings to sloped fill. So over here, there are still a couple places. This doesn't look very realistic. Like, you would not see this in real life. Gravel doesn't really pile like that. So there's also an ability here for us to make it look like it's sloped, which makes it much more realistic. And there's just a couple places that I would like to put this.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I ran out of gravel already. Back to get more gravel. All right. So after like a ton of help from my wife collecting gravel and me AFKing at the gravel farm for a while, we finally have completely finished the train track. I mean, there may be some floating trees here and there that I might have missed, but it's good. It is a functional train track that looks good, and I love it. Just driving along it is amazing. So I went ahead and I took apart Philbro. She served us well, but we no longer have any need for any construction equipment because now we get to build the train that will actually take us and possibly items to and from and in between our home, spawn, and the end portal. So my plan is to build this massive, huge train that has like 85 passenger cars. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I built a mini train. This thing, I love it. It's got 2 seats in the back for passengers and a seat for the conductor. Emma, let's take it out on a little test drive. What do you say? Just to show them how well it works. Oh, by the way, we named it Train of Thought. All aboard! Chugga 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 choo choo. Chugga 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 choo choo. You wanna go to the village? Let's go to the village. Oh, we're driving through a dark, scary cave. But we're not afraid. Ho ho ho. Oh, it works so well. I love this thing. Oh man, this is so much fun. This is so crazy. I love this. Oh.
2 hours later.
Sorry for the delay, ma'am. My game crashed. Look at that smoke plume too, especially in the evening as we're pulling into our home here. Okay, this is one of my favorite builds, honestly. All right, that's everything for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I think episode 20 is next, and I think it's going to be the last episode of the series for a while. Get ready for that. It's going to be a good one. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just let me know what you liked about it, because I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to learn how to make videos and stuff like that. We got a little roller coaster loop-de-loop right here. It's a lot of fun. but we're on our way to spawn to go make some memories as per usual. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you. You guys are the best. Oh, yep. See, there's a floating tree, like I said. Anyway, have a great day. That is so cool. I'm watching you from way up in the air. That is unbelievably cool.